Shalom. Call Halayimla, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to elders and apostles who rule, teach well, and the brothers pushing the truth and the hopeful lake. Shalom. Now, this lesson is going to go into how the Edomites are not done away with. They're still here on the planet Earth. You see Christianity and all these other false religions, but mainly we're hidden. We're destroying Christianity because it's the biggest religion on the planet Earth, or one of the biggest. I think it is the biggest religion on the planet Earth. And I mean, Daniel chapter 2 is a cut, but mainly they say that Esau has been done away with because they say anybody who believes is saved. But clearly in the scriptures, it says Esau cannot be saved. A specific race of people, which are the Edomites, cannot be saved. I mean, clearly, no heathen nation, no Moabite, no Ammonite, all right, will be saved. Period. The salvation is only for Israel, and the Israelites were scattered into all nations on the planet Earth. That's why the gospel had to be preached in all nations on the planet Earth. Acts chapter 2. Let's just go to Acts chapter 2 and clearly prove that. Acts chapter 2 and verse 1. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. And only people that celebrated Pentecost are the Israelites. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto the cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them. And they were all filled with the Kakadash, right, the Holy Spirit, and began to speak with other tongues, and the Spirit gave them utterance. And there were dwelling in Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. So the Israelites came from all nations under heaven. And as you read down, it starts calling them by the nations they came from. So these are not actual heathens. When you see people being called Greek, Roman, Ethiopians, so on and so forth, those are Israelites. Just like Apostle Paul was a Roman. He was a Roman. This is Acts chapter 22, and this is the Apostle Paul. This is verse 27. Then the chief captain came and said unto him, Tell me, art thou a Roman? He said, Yeah. And the chief captain answered, With a great sum obtained I this freedom. And Paul said, But I was freeborn. Then straightway that's the point right there. So Apostle Paul just called himself a Roman, but Romans, the 11th chapter, I believe. Yeah, Romans 11 and 1. I say then, have Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. So Apostle Paul was not a so-called white person. He was not a literal Roman. He was a Roman citizen. You understand? So when you see these names, it's talking about the Israelites that dwelt there. Like go to James 1 and 1. James 1 and 1. All right, James, a servant of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Shai, and of the Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Now, if you go into the Strongs for that word scattered, it just goes into diaspora, a scattering, dispersion of Israelite dispersed among foreign nations, of the Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles. Those Christians is just the Israelites, so that's just saying the same thing, because only people that are Christians are the Israelites. Christianity is not the doctrine of the scriptures. And one more before I go into Edomites real quick. I know Esau probably tuning in. Let's get type in dispersed. Perfect. John 7 and 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So that's two different Gentiles being talked about, spoken about, because all Gentile means is a nation, or it can mean plenty of things. It can mean a nation, It can mean what? Locusts or a swarm of animals. It has many different meanings. But of course, Christianity with their lies wants to play dumb, pretty much, to forward their agenda, and is being destroyed. Isaiah 34:1, come near, you nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. So this is a end time prophecy. Let's go to verse 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's the nuclear missiles going off. And all their hosts shall fall down, and as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the tree. So this is a end time prophecy. This has not happened yet. You understand? Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, and behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And Idumea is just a Greek way of saying Edom. Let's just prove that. As you can see, Edom. You understand? So you Edomites are connected to end time prophecy. That means you're still here on the planet Earth. Now Daniel the second chapter goes into Rome. You understand? Daniel the second chapter is going into Rome, and how Rome will be the last the last heathen nation ruling. And by Rome I mean Babylon the Great, because Babylon the Great is Rome, right? How it says the little what was it? Let's get into Revelations, where it talks about I think the little horn that was healed. That's talking about the revives of the Roman Empire, which is United States of America. Let's get it. I think it's Revelations 13. Let me see. Yep, Revelations 13 and 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them that dwell therein, dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. And that deadly wound was caused by the Israelites. We took down Rome. That's how you get the Holy Roman Empire and so-called Moors ruling Europe. And that the wound was healed. What is that? The Renaissance, iconoclasm, when Esau got the dominion over the earth. Now let's go back to Daniel the second chapter. Perfect Rome. This is Daniel 2:40. And the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron. Yeah, and that goes into how they had iron in their weapons, because they had weaponry um made of iron, which gave them an advantage in offense and defense. Swords and shields. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. This is verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. Verse 42. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. So you Edomites are divided. Satan cast against Satan, roughly Satan against Satan, kingdom against kingdom. You Edomites are have a divide. This is verse 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave and shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. So so Rome is the last kingdom to come before it gets destroyed by Yahweh Shah. And as we know, that deadly wound being healed, which is Rome, United States of America, Babylon the Great, is the last kingdom to rule before it's taken down. So you Edomites, and just to go into that, Psalms 137 connects you Edomites to Babylon the Great. In the scriptures, King Herod was an Edomite, and he was the ruler over Rome or Judea. Psalms 137, verse 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taken and dashed thy little ones against the stones. Now, when you go into the King Herod, he was an Edomite. So the Edomites were still around and controlling Rome because they took down Japhet and gained the rulership in that area. There's a lot to read. You can go into yourself, but pretty much he was a straight up Edomite. King Herod was an Edomite. He was appointed to control by Julius Caesar. They all were Edomites. So when did the Edomites from that point on to now, when did they get taken out? There's no recollection of a whole entire um race of people just going extinct. You understand? Because they're still here on the planet Earth to this very day. And just to this video is just proving that, which is a major cut. Obadiah 1 and 21. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahweh's. We just read in Daniel chapter 2, the Roman Empire has to be taken down. It will be taken down by Yahweh Shah and the elect. And it's here it says in Obadiah 1 and 21 that the Edomites will be judged in the kingdom of heaven. So how are the Edomites already done away with? That means the kingdom of heaven is already here, which is clearly not. Because you Edomites are still walking around the planet Earth, and you got the Israelis, them goddamn bastards over there, man, taking our fucking identity. They're fucking Edomites. They're Amalek. What did the Most High say was gonna happen to Amalek, man? This is the fate of these so-called Jewish people, man. This is their fate right here. Good, I know it's in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 25 and 19. Therefore it shall be, when Yahweh thy power have given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee for inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it. So you Amalekites, which is the head tribe of you Edomites, are you all going down. I mean, all of Esau is going down. You understand? But he's targeting Amalek. Because why? Yahweh said he will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Which are you indeed these small hatters, man? These Israelis. The ones that saying they're the Israelites, when clearly they're not. Doesn't the scripture say? Judah mourneth, the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. Exodus 17 and 16. For he said, because Yahweh hath sworn that Yahweh, all right, will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. You understand? You Edomite, you so-called white people. You so-called white people are the Edomites. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 6. And verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Isaiah 34, 2nd Ezra chapter 6, Obadiah the first chapter, so on and so forth. Psalms 137 is connecting you Edomites to end time prophecy. You Edomites are still here. You're controlling the world right now. Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it, man. Straight out of the book itself. This is not something I just, you understand, just pulled out my behind. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. So it's just reiterating Isaiah the 34th chapter. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in dens in the rocks of the mountains. Now the Israelites, the elect, are not going to be doing that. I don't want to Ratazam. I'm part of that number, man. All right? They're going to be in the chariots. We're going to be in the chariots looking down at Babylon the Great, getting obliterated, looking at our land getting cleansed from you goddamn scumbags. You see, Esau none but scum, man. I mean, even scum has some type of purpose. You know, it has some type of beneficiary, so to speak. It has some type of benefit to the ecosystem. You Edomites have nothing, man. You're wicked. This is Proverbs 3 and 33. The curse of Yahweh is in the house of the wicked, but he blesses the habitation of the just. So you Edomites got that curse, man. You Edomites was cursed as soon as you came out the womb. That's why Esau was born with leprosy, just pure, straight up leprosy. No pigmentation in his skin. That's why he came out red all over. Genesis 25 and 25. The first came out red all over like a hairy garment. This is Revelation 16 and 19. And the great city was divided in three parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before Yahweh to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon a man great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent, and men blaspheming the name of Yahweh by Shem Shai, because the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceedingly great. And they're going to know the name Yahweh by Shem Shai, because the elect will be praising his name. And you Edomites are going to be are done. All you heathens are going to slavery, but you Edomites is just going to have it worse than anybody. This is Job 15 and 6. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yeah, thine own lips testify against thee. So that's going against you Edomites, because you got Edomites, all right, that's out here, whistleblowers, telling you what the MOTB is, man. Telling you what Esau coming down the pipe. Telling what weaponry Esau got. What's the Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, Project Bluebeam, so on and so forth. It's Edomites that's doing that. We not doing that. We just aligning it with the scriptures, because we're not in the power seat to have that type of insider info. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans don't got that type of insider info. Let's get another one. Let's get how did it go? Tongue, I think fall. I think that's it right there. Perfect. Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And we starting to see. I just seen Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, like, all right, the U.S. trying to play like they the big dogs. We gonna bite back. We gonna, it's like the bully, man. You got the bully on the block. You know how you had a bully on the block, and the bully on the block start looking weak, start looking a little sweet, man. That's how Babylon the Great looking, man. And this is just going into how you Edomites are against us Israelites. Psalms 64th chapter. That's all it's going into. You Edomites are done. This is Habakkuk chapter 1 and 1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Yahweh, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee for of violence, and thou wilt not save. Why doest thou shew me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth not never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Because you Edomites are ruling. You when the righteous beareth rule, the people rejoice. When the wicked beareth rule, people mourn. In Proverbs, just roughly paraphrasing. Because you Edomites are in control. I just seen a post, man. 25% of or 25%, so just about 1/4 of all the incarcerated people on the planet Earth are here in Babylon the Great, and Babylon the Great only makes up 4% of the world's population, man. That just shows how wicked you Edomites are towards Jacob. This is verse 5. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. For lo, I will raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. And that's twofold for you Edomites, man. Because you Edomites went around doing wickedness, taking stuff that's not theirs. All right, how did they get America? How you think Gad and Reuben was like, oh, here you go, Esau? Hell no. This is Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, his neighbors, and he is not. You Edomites are being found out right here, right now. You can't hide your wickedness, man. Critical, man. I seen a video where it was like, you know how they had that critical race theory, man. Esau trying to deny the wickedness he did, literally not like 50 years ago, man. Basically, this is the quote unquote theory. When Esau when these so called white people, which are Edomites, all right, just clarifying that again, when Esau came to the U.S., 1619, and not came to the U.S. in 1619, when they brought Judah, Benjamin, Levi on the slave ships in 1619. From that point to now, it's a theory that has been oppression, um, white supremacy, um, and yeah, that's pretty much just a summary: oppression, unjust rule, white supremacy, so on and so forth. That's a theory when it's clearly a fact. Like the elder Malcolm has said, critical race historical fact, something like that. Critical race historical fact, something like that. He has a channel where it's named that because it is a fact. It is a fact that you so-called white people came here to Americas, slaughtered, genocide, rape, rob, murder, enslaved Gad, Reuben, all the way down to Issachar. Then you brought Judah, Benjamin, and Levi on slave ships, so-called blacks, and did the same thing to them, even worse. And then after that, you did nothing but oppression. That is a fact, and it's still happening to this day in the job market. To this very day. Verse 11, leave thy fatherless children. Yeah, we're fatherless, man. Up until we got the name Yahweh Shemiel Shai, now we have our Father, which art in heaven. It's roughly paraphrasing. I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus said Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Jacob wasn't supposed to be a slave. Us Israelites are supposed to have slaves, and we're going to have them in the kingdom of heaven, pursuing the I think Revelations 21 or 22, and Isaiah 60, Isaiah 14, Obadiah, so on and so forth. I think Luke 24:21, somewhere around there. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Yeah, you Edomites are going to drink that cup. Was it Lamentations 4:22? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Now let's get go to Jacob, not Jacob. Go to let's get it. Oh no, I think it's got servant in it. Servant. Let me see how it went, man. Give me a moment. I gotta find it real quick. All right, I got it. Found it that fast, man. Is Jeremiah 2:14? Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? We're like I said, Jeremiah, what was it, 49:11? We're not supposed to be, or 49:12. Let's go back. Yeah, 49:12. We're not supposed to be in slavery, man. Being ruled over. We're supposed to be ruling over people, and that's coming back, and it's gonna be for forever. And you Edomites are gonna be our main target. We gonna have fun with you, so-called white people, man. We're gonna get down on you. We are going to get down on you. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. You Edomites, your secret things is nothing but wickedness. You don't got no righteousness, man. You so-called white people, you don't got no righteousness. What you done that's been righteous? And if you done something righteous, you did it by accident, and that's in the scriptures too. Let's get it. Um, I gotta find it real quick, man. Let's get that. Know it's somewhere in here. Know it's somewhere in the Apocrypha. Perfect. Ecclesiasticus 14 and 17. Perfect. Right on the money. Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach, chapter 14 and verse um 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Yeah, you Edomites, man, killing each other over land and resources, man. So how much more killing Jacob and the rest of these heathens, especially Jacob? There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. And that last declaration of wickedness is that MOTB. Yeah, you Edomites don't do good with the mindset of doing good, man. What? Oh, you think doing some kumbaya with Jake saying we're sorry, and man, I seen so many videos. Man, this one particular was like during one of those riots because of George Floyd back in 2020, had a whole bunch of Edomites just circled together saying, "Oh, we're sorry for what we did to our black brothers and sisters," and blah 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 blah. Man, let's get to scriptures. Let's see what the Most High got to say about that. This is Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And the seed of the righteous is the Israelites, and the seed of that wicked seed of the wicked are you Edomites. The Edomites are the wicked. Malachi 1. Let's just get it. Malachi 1 and 3. I think it's 3. Malachi 1 and 3. Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. So you so-called white people are the wicked, and it's pretty obvious, all right? It's not just a baseless assumption, not or a baseless fact. It's a clear-cut fact that you are the wicked. Ecclesiastes 3 and 4. A time to weep. Oh no, no. Let's go to let's go to what did I want to get? I think it's Ecclesiastes 13. Oh no, not 13. I think it's 11 and 13. 11 and nope. What was it? Ecclesiastes 9 and 13. I forget, man. Let me see. Ecclesiastes 4 and 16, man. I was way off. Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. So you Edomites are still on the planet Earth. You're not done away with. Biblical prophecy and the scriptures clearly says you're not done away with. But of course, because you got the devil ruling, claiming themselves to be the people of the Lord, of course you will have them saying that they're not here. That's why why do you think they keep saying hate is a bad thing? Why do you think so-called white people, starting with these Israelis, these Jewish people, why do you think they keep saying don't hate, anti-Semitic? Because they know they're Edomites. They know Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua hates them. That's why they don't want his people, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to figure out who they are. They want to keep forwarding their lie for as long as possible. Jeremiah 16 and 19. O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Why? Why is that going to be said? Because Christianity was a lie, Islam was a lie, Mormon was a lie, Judaism was a lie, and we're proving it. It's being clear cut proof. You can't prove it wrong. It's just the facts. This Lamentations 1 and 10. The adversary has spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things, for she hath seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, which thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation. And that's a cut. That is a major cut to Christianity, because it says anybody can be saved, when these scriptures clearly says that you heathens, declared by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, will not enter with the Israelites. But again, Christianity and the religions of men are adverse against the scriptures. That's why they got to cherry pick through the scriptures to try to paint a new narrative instead of having the Rakakadash, the spirit on them, to actually know the narrative. And the narrative is the scriptures was written by Israelites for Israelites. You heathens are going into slavery. You Edomites, you so-called white people are the Edomites, which are destined for slavery, then extermination. This is Jeremiah 50 and 24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware, thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh. That's what I was just explaining. You heathens are adverse against the scriptures. Now let's go to just to prove that these scriptures are only for the Israelites. Psalms 147 and 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment to Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. So what was it? I think it was Lamentations 1 and 10. Let me just double check. Yep. I'm going to end this off on 1 Corinthians. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 1. Scroll down a little bit. Actually, no. Let me go to Isaiah the 63rd chapter, where it talks about Yahweh Shah coming to slaughter you Edomites, man. Isaiah 63 in front of top, verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? Now, Bozrah, Basra, all right? Basra is the capital in the ancient world of Edom. That was like their headquarters. Now that headquarters now is Babylon the Great, because this is end time prophecy right here. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeeming is come. So Yahweh Shai, before these nukes come over here, Babylon the Great, and obliterate everybody that's still left there, Yahweh Shai is gonna start slaughtering some Edomites, man. He gonna exhale. He gonna exhale out here, man. Because you Edomites, Yahweh Bashim Shai is mad at you Edomites every day, because you're fucking wicked as hell, man. Look what you've done to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's still doing to this very day, man. This is Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judges the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So every day that goes by, Yahweh Bashim Shai is full of rage against you Edomites, you so-called white people. You think the Most High is with you? The Most High is not with you. He was never with you. What was that? Manifest destiny, man? The Most High wasn't with you, man. He gave you a little piece just for you to get thrown down, man. They didn't read the fine print with that manifest destiny, man. They didn't realize the end goal. Let's get into you see how these scriptures is just let's get this right here. Well, how'd it go, man? Continue forever. Psalm 64 and 6. They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Iniquities is sin upon sin. So they search out to do sin. That's what you Edomites do. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. That's not the scripture I wanted, though. Perfect. Psalms 49 and 11. Let's go to the whole chapter. And I'm going to end this off right here. Let's go! Salakia. Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And this is clearly talking about you Edomites. Everywhere you eat, what is America named after? The Edomites. Europe, Edomites. Africa, Edomites. Asia, Edomites. And all you Edomites think that you're just gonna keep oppressing the children of Israel and reign, man. You're not gonna reign forever, man. You see your kingdom's falling right now. You got Edomites seeing the hurt. Now you got some Edomites that's realizing like, yep, it's almost over. Then you have some Edomites that still cling on hope, and you just got some delusional redneck that thinks just everything's just fine. There's no hurt out here. You Edomites is through, and you Edom like I already said in this video. You Edomites are still here, kicking it, man. Still kicking it. Still got Jacob in your grasp. You got our resources, you got our land, and you still got some type of grasp on our identity, man. But that's slowly and surely fading away. And then Esau is going to resort to his true blessing, which is that sword, and is going to fail him and then bite him in the ass, man. I'm going to end this off right here. Shalom.